you can go to organicpastures.com and check. Oop, okay, I'm going to get her back on. But you can check where they carry at your local markets in your area. And they do ship anywhere. And it is raw milk, which we're gonna talk about that today because it's changed our lives, literally. In the short time that she and I have met, it's changed our family's lives. So I'm super excited about it. Okay, I'm gonna try to bring her back on.
And you slid into the DMs and said, I'm hitting a panic. I go through like 7 half-gallons a week and our store is selling out. Yeah. What do? Is there a UPS option? And I literally turned to my mom, we're a family-owned business, so I work with my mom. And I looked to her, I said, I'm sorry, but Tori Spelling just messaged me saying that she loves our products. And it was like one of those I'm sorry. I stood up and I was like, and then I replied immediately, oh, let me send you some products. I'd love to give you something. Oh my God, I'm so honored. It was such an amazing moment.
And now you're my mom crush.
I
can't wait till we meet in person. So the kids and I and Dean, we want to drive up and see you guys and visit the farm. And so Kaylee has shown me all the ladies, as she refers to them,
my ladies
in the patio. Dean's saying we want to open a farm.
No, we want to work.
I know.
Oh, we want to work the farm. I want to open a farm. He wants to just work on your farm.
Yeah,
he wants you to have the farm, and we'll just participate.
It's much easier for a weekend getaway.
But you showed me the cows, and the ladies looked so happy, and I showed all the kids that because it's so important for them to know where their milk comes from, and all their dairy products. Okay, sorry, I interrupted you again. Go for it.
No. So I think what's unique though about our company is that we grass graze our cows every single day of the year. And so that's pretty unique because usually if a cow does get access to grass, then they're only getting them maybe seasonally. So what we do, we say do dairy different is our cows I'm seeing them on the horizon of my farm. I wish I could go walk to them, but I'd be sweating and out of breath because our farm's pretty large. But literally behind me in my viewpoint on the horizon are cows grazing, and it's a really beautiful thing.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my God, that's your backyard. Oh my God.
Let me unclip.
Dean's coming in to see.
Hi, Kaylee.
Okay, so this is my casa, but those are the girls right over there. I'm not sure if you see them.
Oh, wow.
But our farm, we have 405 acres here, and the cows just circle around, graze around. They were here yesterday, and I think they're actually coming back here because they didn't move the water trough. So that's my life, hashtag farm life.
That's awesome.
My friends are my cows,
So you said they're grass fed, and you can taste it in your product. In the butter and the cream, it's just that
butter. Oh my God, the butter.
Yeah, the butter. It doesn't last long because I'll just take a stick and I'll just gnaw on it for a little while.
I always kind of die when someone will say they want me to send them a pound of butter, but they have to freeze it for a year. I'm like, I'm sorry, we can't be friends. If you're taking a pound of butter and using it over a year, we can't be friends.
Yeah.
We have we got two sticks left of the unsalted.
Yeah,
the lightly salted gone.
We're rationing it, so you take one lick and pass it on.
And he used a stick almost on top of every steak we have.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I made a herbed hotel butter to finish our steaks with your butter. I haven't used it yet, but it's ready to go. But I had a question for you.
You have to raise your hand.
Oh, do I have to raise my hand?
Very good.
No, hold on. I'm just waiting to know that are you guys in homeschool life? Because I had to use this as my horizontal camera holder when we were on horizontal, and then I decided to go portrait.
With everything you're doing, still working full time, I don't even know how you're that organized.
I've had a few cries. Let's keep it real.
What are the ages of your kids again?
10, 7, and 5. We have 3 right there.
Oh, cute. Yeah, homeschooling's tough. I give full props to teachers. They're underrated, they're underpaid, and underappreciated for what they do. It's incredible.
I would never complain to my kids' school teachers ever again.
Never.
But I had a question for you. I know the process, but more for the people viewing and listening in is what happens during pasteurization, because that's what really kills a lot of. And yes, I have black fingernails.
The kids were bored.
Stella was bored and very persuasive. Because pasteurization kills a lot of the great stuff that's in milk. So I'm wondering if you can explain that.
Okay. Well, I'll kind of teach it how I would teach my kids, because I think a lot of the viewers would appreciate this viewpoint. So all milk is raw. So what you do with the milk or how you raise the cow makes it safe enough to drink raw milk. And what our company does is we test to verify. So we don't just take raw milk and go, oh yeah, we should sell it because it's delicious this way or it's nutrient dense this way. We test to verify. So that's the first point.
Right.
Now, from there on, processors is what they're called. They will modify the milk by making it damaged through heat, and that will make it last longer or make it safe to consume because they're concerned for E. coli, salmonella, listeria, all kinds of things that could possibly be in raw milk.
And having the pantsuit off.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't want to ever hurt somebody or harm somebody, right? So what we do is we test to verify. And so that way we know with certainty that our milk is safe to consume as raw. But not everyone has that luxury to have a lab that is only a few miles away to verify or a large enough company to invest in that. So once it does go to the processor, the physical cell wall inside milk. So every molecule has a cell wall, right? Think of it like when you boil water. When you boil milk, at some point it starts to boil. At some point that cell wall can't handle the pressure of the processing and it breaks. Right. And then all of a sudden, all the nutrients inside that cell are now free floating agents. And then your body cannot consume it how originally it was intended to be.
Right.
So what we do is we make it raw. We make it safe by confirming. And then that way you can get it. So if you have lactose intolerance or milk allergies or any kind of reaction to dairy products, you wouldn't, because you'd be consuming the cell in its original form.
Okay, that's awesome. Because I know the pasteurization process, but I just wanted it for people out there because there's sort of a stigma to raw.
Yeah, no, you know, because you went to culinary school, but me, I'm just, I'm a mom. I know Google just terrifies you if you look stuff up. And I always had it in my brain, like, especially young kids, babies, like, you don't give raw milk. Yeah. But I never knew the reasoning. Yeah. And I got to say, Bo, who is 3 and still drinks a ton of milk, and people can judge me if they want, but, he, at night, still takes his bottle, and he wants his milk, because it's a comfort thing for him. And I believe in letting kids do what they need to do on their own time. Yeah. And then one day, Liam was 2, I think, and people were like, get rid of the bottle. It was milk. It wasn't formula. And one day he just handed it to me and went, ew, gross. And he was done. Yeah. And I was like, okay, perfect.
But Bo asks for his raw milk now.
I was telling Kaylee that he's like literally like, my raw milk. Because they have that little accent.
No.
But on top of that, on top of that, Stella has always been lactose intolerant sensitive. I mean, I'm not going to say like completely lactose intolerant, but sensitive that she gets sick. And she has been, because she loved the flavor of her milk. She's like, oh, I'm bummed I can't have it. So I said, you know what? Who knows? Let's just try it. No problem. She's been drinking it constantly, and she's fine, which is a huge testament.
From a mom-to-mom level, what we like to explain raw milk is literally breast milk. So when a child does not react to breast milk, they don't react to raw milk of any kind. So cow, camel, goat, sheep, whatever it might be. But processed dairy is really hard for most tummies to digest because it has been altered by heat. So what we have really mastered is the skill of making it not only digestible, nutrient dense, but also safe. So that way parents can safely go to their pediatrician and say, well, this dairy is testing for listeria, Campylobacter, E. coli, and salmonella. So all the things you never want to have in milk, that would be the reasoning to send it to the processor other than just shelf life. Because raw milk, as you have witnessed, I mean, it does expire, but technically never goes bad. It just evolves into sour products. And Dean, you know, as a chef, that you can clearly make sour cream, or you can make other altered products like kefir, or you can make, you know, clabber milk or whatever you might want to do, or use it as an ingredient when you're baking or whatever you want to do in your kitchen. And chefs have really refined that capability. But processing milk has only been existing since, I think it was like the 70s, 60s. Sorry.
The history on it, I don't know, but the versatility, I just want to touch on that. You know, I like to make cream sauces, and I don't need to use your heavy cream, although it's amazing. I could just use the milk. It's fantastic. Yeah. It's fantastic. It's so rich and creamy that you really don't need to go for that heavy cream. So it's, you know, people who are, you know, watching what they eat, if they're making a cream-based soup, they can avoid the cream and just use your milk. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Although I have been making the kids mac and cheese with the heavy cream in there.
Oh yeah, believe me, we're using the heavy cream everywhere.
Is a lot of people say, well, they avoid cream or butter or whole milk because it makes them gain weight. But what I love about raw dairy is that it's like having an avocado. That raw fat is actually incredible for your skin. It's great for your joints, your bones, your hair, especially your gut, obviously. But it's not going to make you gain weight when we have a stigma of gaining weight. We have gaining weight as an idea that's a bad thing, but it makes you have a healthy body. And so your body will consume it like an avocado or like real olive oil or things that are rich in fat. And so, yeah, I mean, a long time ago when we first started our dairy, we were sending it off to be pasteurized under a big organic processed brand. And celebrities from Southern California, really random. It was Daryl Hannah, the one that was the mermaid in the fish splash. Yeah, so she called us randomly and she said, would you be willing to sell us raw milk? And we kind of went, well, what is raw? We had no idea. And we were selling what we sell now, but I mean, we had no idea what gold we had. And through the evolutions of learning about it, going to seminars and events and being around all these really outstandingly talented professionals that study milk, like it's crazy how much knowledge we've gained. We've balanced between, oh, this is delicious, to, oh, wow, this is a very nutrient-dense food. So, yeah, I agree with you.
And really good for your immune system, which is so important right now. Everyone is trying to boost their immune system. So it's a perfect time that if you have not gone raw, to go raw with organic pastures, because obviously they do it right.
And it's great to see that, you know, raw milk is gaining popularity, because it was just a couple of years ago we couldn't get it at farmers markets, and people were like, I can get it to you on the sly. So it's really great that it's more accepted now.
Well, it's wild because so many states, it still is either illegal, or you can do it as a cow share, or you can do it in retail. I think there's 12 states now, for sure 8 nationally, that allow it in stock, at the refrigerator, in the grocery store. But there's still a lot of change that has to happen at the legislative level. I know, like in Canada, like you'll be put in prison for like a life sentence, like a very severe sentence, if you sell raw milk. So
really?
I didn't know that.
One of our friends is actually in jail right now because he sells raw milk. So it's one of those things that raw milk itself has only gained popularity and lost popularity through the booming of processing. It reminds me a lot of when like our society was really into like, what was that powder stuff that astronauts using?
Thank you.
There you go. Not Kool-Aid.
I still have that. I saw it.
Like the astronauts drank. They made them smart. You're talking about like
tweet the what?
The powder that astronauts used to drink in space back in like the 70s, and everyone was like, "You have to have this orange stuff."
Tang.
Tang.
Oh, I remember Tang.
Tang was the jam. I mean,
I love Tang.
Tang was a necessity, and that you had to have it for like a supplement. And then obviously we've learned that that's not what you should do. So it's kind of like that. I think processing and processed food have these ups and they have these waves. And for us, raw is essential.
So amazing, yeah. And will you tell us a little bit about kefir? Like when I first did my first story with you guys, I didn't even know how to say it right. Like it is semi-new to us. I'm seeing people bake with it. I didn't even realize. And Stella says she really wants to try the vanilla kefir that you have.